Charmaine, and my guest today is a recording artist who has brought us major hits such as You Know What's Up and Where I Want to Be. He hit the music scene in 1986 with his debut release, My Heart, after a chance meeting with music producer Eddie F. And he's here today to talk about his TV One Unsung episode, The Story of Donell Jones. Help me welcome Mr. Donell Jones himself to the show. Welcome.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good, and congratulations. I got to say congratulations on your TV One Unsung episode. I'm a huge fan of this series, so now we get to find out what was up with Mr. Donell Jones, what happened to him, where he been, and I'm glad you're back on the scene, so congratulations.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, I have a question for you. Were you surprised when you got the call asking to do a story on you?
Actually, I was. I'm a fan of the show as well, so when I got the call, I was definitely excited to do it, so it was great.
Because the series has really revived a lot of careers, and it opened up the lives so we can know what really happened, what's really going on. And so everyone there has done a great job with this series. And so I cannot wait to see your series tonight. So for a lot of those who may not necessarily know your background, I just want to go to the beginning a little bit. How did your music career begin? Did you grow up singing? Was your mom a singer? Did you grow up singing in church? So tell us a little bit about your musical background.
No, I didn't grow up singing in church. My dad definitely sang with his brothers when I was growing up, and that's kind of what introduced me to music. Just watching him and his brothers sing, and my mom played countless records when I was a kid. So I just heard a lot of great music growing up.
See, we got to thank our moms, because see, that's how I got into the music business too, because of my mother. She was a big music buff. She was literally the woman who was the New Music Tuesdays. So that was her. So I commend my mom on that too. So how long have you been singing, and when did you realize you wanted to make it a career?
Well, I've been singing since I was 5 years old, and when I really realized that I wanted to make it a career was when I got to high school. I used to sing in the lunchroom, and the girls used to ask me to sing certain songs, and I used to love the attention. So I just got that bug, and I just kept doing it. And I realized, I got something here.
Well, because you able to wound and swoon the ladies, so I could just imagine how the ladies in that lunchroom when you got to singing. So that's a blessing. Who were some of your musical inspirations growing up?
Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, the Ozzy Brothers, Patrice Rushen, Tina Marie. I mean, I could go on for days. There's so many.
Okay. So when you decided to make it a career, you had a chance meeting with Eddie F. How did that meeting even go for you to now be where you are today?
I was in a group at the time called Porsche, and then we took a trip out to Washington D.C. We had a showcase out there at the Black Radio Exclusive Convention, and but nobody came to the showcase. So we were on stage, and we was pretty much singing to ourselves. About maybe 10, 15 people out there. So we were, we were kind of sad about that. So what we did was we just went out to the lobby because we knew it was going to be a lot of stars out there. So we just went down there and tried to sing for anybody who would listen. And Eddie F. happened to walk up, and we asked him, can we sing for him? And he liked what he heard.
Okay, now that took some faith just to go out there and start singing, because I've been to the Black Radio Exclusive myself, and people are everywhere. So you were a person that really took advantage of it. And I think that if young people can hear that today, the opportunity, it's not that it was knocking, you just took the opportunity and it got you where you are today. So that right there is a great story. So my daughter, who's a huge fan of yours, she's 16 years old, and she had a question for you. Yeah, she is a huge fan. And so she had a question for you. And so she wanted to know, do you write your own music? That's the first question.
Yeah, I do. Majority of my songs come from personal experiences, stuff that I've been through. So I try to keep it real with my music. If anybody listens to my album or any of my albums, they could just find out what I'm doing and what I've been going through just by listening to the records, because I put my heart on my music.
Because she's really inspired by you, because she's also a singer-songwriter, and her favorite song by you is Where I Want to Be. And so she asked, was it inspired by true events? And she said, if it was inspired by true events, how did your girlfriend react to your statement, and did she take you back?
It's definitely a true story. The whole thing from the beginning to the end of that song, every moment of it, every word of it is true. And at the time when I wrote the record, we were still together. She understood where I was coming from, because we both kind of felt the same way. We were growing apart. So we never left each other. Some years after that, we did end up breaking up. But that song, I mean, I guess it just told our true story, me and hers.
Mm. I mean, because the thing is, for me, it's so deep. And then for my daughter to be so into your song and telling me she got questions. And so she grabbed her notepad and wrote them down because she felt that was inspired by true events. So she really wanted to ask that question. So thank you for clarifying that for her. And also, you did a song with Left Eye, What's Up, that I still jam today as well. How did you and her even collaborate on this song?
Well, we both were LaFace artists, and it was pretty easy to get to her. But to be honest with you, I had nothing to do with it. That was Eddie F. He decided that on that particular record, it would be awesome to have somebody in the hip hop game that was really big. And at the time, No Scrubs was really large. TLC was at the top of that game. And he reached out to her, and she decided that she would jump on that record, man, and it changed my career.
Now, I know it did. Now, I know you probably had a special relationship with her, and she's been gone now for quite some time. What was your working relationship like with her when you got a chance to actually work with her?
Oh, it was awesome, man. I mean, we did a lot of shows together. I mean, it was great, man. Her personality was very outstanding, great heart, man, and just an awesome person altogether.
Now, I know you're coming back on the scene where you never really left, but you're coming back. And I had read that you had taken a hiatus. Is that true?
Well, it's between all my albums, it's kind of like a 3-year gap, because I like to after I put out an album, I like to relax a little bit, gather my thoughts before I go back in, and also, chill with my family, because I'm a husband and a father. So, that's what I do in between albums. But yeah, this time around, I'm definitely in the studio now. Creating. The album is going to be called 20, and it's going to be some really great stuff on it.
Because, Donell, you are referred to as the artist who offers true R&B. What does that mean?
I don't know about that. I mean, I think there's so many artists out there that give music a something great, man. Like I said, I listen to Stevie Wonder and all of those great artists, Marvin Gaye. I'm just giving my take on it, It's just music, man. It's just coming from my heart. I'm just speaking my truth.
Do you think R&B is becoming a lost art right now? Because we don't have a lot of R&B singers like we used to, like what all the artists that you named off, the Tina Marie's, the Rick James, the Stevie Wonders. Where do you think R&B now is fitting in the music industry?
I think R&B is definitely about to make a major comeback. Some of my favorite artists like Music Soul Child just released a single that I love to death. I think, it's just evolution. These young kids today, they love hip hop and they love R&B, so they're kind of mixing the two together. I wouldn't say what they're doing is bad. I would just say they're just taking it to another level. And then you still have artists like myself who still, just do what we do.
Okay. Now, what do you want the audience to learn tonight after watching your TV One Unsung episode, The Story of Donell Jones? What do you want us to take away?
What they did was they captured the truth. Whether people like it or not, it is the truth. And that's what I want people to walk away from. Like I said, I grew up in Chicago, a young brother, man, who from the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I managed to make it in the music business, and that's what I want people to take away from it. It's my truth.
And you being from Chicago, what is it like being a Chicago native and seeing all of the black on black crime that's taking place in Chicago and being dubbed Chirac? We know that Spike Lee didn't dub it that, but being dubbed Chirac, how does that make you feel being a Chicago native?
It's truly sad because Chicago is really a beautiful place. I just think that, the school system, a lot of the stuff, there's not a lot of things for young black kids to do out there, so quite naturally they get into gang banging, they get into things that are negative, and it just puts a bad light on Chicago. But to be honest with you, Chicago is one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Wonderful. Well, Donell, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure having you. And I want to remind the audience to make sure you tune in tonight to TV1's Unsung, the story of Donell Jones, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're here on the West Coast, it's 5 p.m. for us. So I want to make sure everybody tune in. And again, thank you so much, Donell. Excuse me. Sorry about to lose my voice. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too.